So the sitting hamstring series, on the inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead, interlacing the fingers, pressing the palms up to the sky. Palms press up, shoulders draw back, sit up nice and tall. Now if you can have the block between your ankles, you can work to point the big toes towards each other, hugging the block the whole time. On the exhale, bring the arms down so they're in line with your eye gaze. Look at the back of your hands at first. Press the palms away. Flex the toes towards you, press the palms away. Drop the shoulders, press the palms away. Feel the hips pulling back energetically. Flex the toes back, watch the pinky toes, hug the block. Now simply drop the eye gaze between the knees and press a little farther. Flex the toes a little more. Kick with the heels, shoulders drop. Press, 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 pull the hips back. One more breath. And exhale, release. Let the arms drop by the sides. Now we start with the block between the ankles because we want to remind ourselves to keep inner rotating, pointing the big toes in between each other. We're going to release that, but you're going to still focus on it. When it feels good, let's start with the right, working the block just underneath the heel so that the Achilles is still free. It's not pressing on the block or the book or anything that you're using. When it feels good, left arm in between your legs. Focus now to reach both arms forward towards the heel. Now take your time, let the head drop, forehead to the right knee. Watch where the pinky toes are going. They're going to try to run away from you. That's just your IT band just avoiding the stretch. So you're going to pull the pinky toes back. Watch the big toe of the leg that's not on the block because it's going to try to run away from the stretch too. Keep the left leg as an anchor. Flex the right toes back. Start to feel like you're dragging the block back, pulling the hip back. Inching the arms farther forward, 2 full breaths here. Exhale, left arm drops, bring the right fingertips behind you on the floor. Fingertips point away from you. Create a little tent with your hands so your palms not pressing down. Press through the right fingertips and lengthen through the left. Actually let the left arm drop. Try to get the left elbow to the right knee. Keep stretching the left arm forward, flexing the toes back, pressing into the right hand and reaching the left arm forward. 3 more breaths. Start to pull the right hip back, drag the block back. Feel like your right hip is chasing after your right wrist and your left arm is running away from you. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. Feel the inhale expand you. The left ear drop, the left arm reach, the right fingertips press. 1 more breath. And then gently and slowly release. When you're ready, we're going to release the right foot. Maybe windshield wiper the foot around a few times just to move a little of that energy out of the hip. And when you're ready, we move to the other side. Left heel on the block, taking your time, watching the big toes. Right arm in between the legs this time, but you're going to reach both arms forward. First is the warm-up, letting the elbows bend, letting the head release. Remembering it's more about surrender. We're just using the block to elevate the foot to get more access. We're not forcing, not fighting, not muscling, not struggling. We're surrendering, easing in. That means the shoulders drop, the back of the neck releases. Give yourself 2 full breaths. Flex the left toes, pull the left block back towards you, draw the left hip back energetically. 1 more breath. Right arm stays. Left fingertips come behind you, pressing into the floor behind the left hip. Try to bring the right ear to the left knee. Watch where the left big toe wants to go. Keep hugging in the midline as though that block was still between the legs. Reach the right arm forward. Right shoulder drops. Pressing into the left fingertips, using that little tent of the fingertips to allow the left shoulder to draw up to the sky as the right shoulder drops down. The more you exaggerate the twist, the more you'll start to be able to pull the left hip back, pull the left pinky toes back, drop the right elbow and shoulder. 2 more breaths. Reaching forward, right ear to the left knee, dragging the left hip back like it's chasing after your left wrist, reaching your right arm forward like it's reaching towards your dreams. Take 1 more breath. And exhale, release, let it all go. Groaning and moaning is a really good way to release it. So windshield wiper out the feet back and forth. Take a breath there. This is the best part. You can stay here as long as you'd like. We're going to bring the block between the knees, soles of the feet together to touch, making certain the spine is nice and tall, being comfortable. Wherever you need to put the block to be comfortable, farther away or closer in. Closer in gets more of the hip flexors. Farther away gets more of the outer hips and lower back. So you find what feels good. Exhale, come forward with the goal of your elbows coming in front of your shins and ankles, with the goal of one day your forehead touching your heels, letting the shoulders drop, letting the head release, reaching the arms forward, visualizing that you're reaching so far forward your hips might one day lift off the floor. 3 full breaths. Inching forward, shoulders drop, back of the neck releases. 2 more breaths. Reach forward, elbows bend, shoulders drop, another breath. 1 more inhale and exhale, reach a little farther, breathe a little deeper, and feel free to stay here as long as it feels good. You're going to feel a nice heat moving through the hips, the lower back. It's a perfect way to release your body and ease into the stretch. 1 more long inhale and exhale. And whenever you're ready, slowly and gently coming out of it, rounding back up to center, maybe groaning and moaning along the way. And whenever it feels good, releasing the block, straightening the legs, finding a little extra space to open, and easing out of it the same way you eased into it. Blessings, blessings, and blessings. Namaste.